But when it will knock on his door, that will be the last knock that he's going to hear. I absolutely guarantee you that.
Why would you record that? Imagine how stupid Bend Over Ben actually is. Coach Greg, in today's video, Bend Over Ben Azoulay threatens the life of John Bravo and is dumb enough to record it. It's one thing to threaten someone and quite another to record it so that there's now future evidence if anything should go wrong. This Ben, he's lost his marbles. He has no idea what he's doing. He's already gone after Coach Greg. He's going after John Bravo. He goes after anyone for simply speaking the truth, for reading out comments, court documents, for exposing, reading the court documents of what he did when he was, having grapes with that girl. Bro really thought he was cooking with the "you're a nice guy" line. Reminder, Ben Azoulay and his brother and friends graped a little girl, and all of them were found guilty in a court of law, and all of them have accepted this is true.
What I have planning for him is way greater than any video he's made. And when that arrives at his front door, he will be shocked.
And so we're going to find out exactly what's going to arrive at his front door. The fact that he threatens him, that he records it and sends this off. I mean, how stupid can you get? If you don't want somebody to be around anymore, you don't tell people, plan it, and announce it to everyone. It just happens. This is moronic.
You guys remember Benny Bend Over? He's bending over real good, especially after I exposed him for being a broke bum bitch.
It's not as if John was making this shit up. I mean, if he had made up a fabricated story, that his mom was giving him $1,000, that he didn't actually own all those vehicles, well, it would be one thing. I mean, you can't make shit up, but when everything is true, you gotta just take the L and move on. Rather than saying anything, the smartest thing Ben could do is to just not respond and to move on.
No brick left behind.
And so is this somehow supposed to impress us, to scare us? You take a brick that, last I checked, bricks don't fight back. You find the thinnest one you can have, and after 3 attempts, eventually it snaps in half. Is that really impressive?
We knew he's gonna respond, and he just waited a couple days, and this is what he had to say.
Hey, Bravo, you're a nice guy.
This is his thing. He always says, hey, you're a nice guy. What is the point? If he is a nice guy, then why do you have to make this video? If he was really lying about you, he wouldn't be a nice guy. And so by saying he's a nice guy, you realize he's doing nothing wrong. And so why not just say, hey, Bravo, you're a nice guy. You discovered this, and move on. That's it. Or say nothing at all.
I got sued for $51 million. Do you think after that, I would let myself be a target again? I own nothing, but I control every single room I walk into.
How do you control these rooms? Like, it's one thing to yap and to speak and to move your lips and to say this, but it's another thing for it to actually be true. And so what you're saying is not in fact legal. And last I checked, when you get a divorce, when you're with someone for a very long time and you separate, that ex of yours, they want half of your shit. Even if they don't deserve it, even if you have a prenup, they still think they can get it. If you literally have millions of dollars, what are the chances that your ex is going to say nothing? You can keep the millions, $100 millions of dollars. I don't want any of that. I'm just not going to report it to government, because if you lie to the government and say, I own nothing, nothing is in my name, all my money, I put it in this account, you don't think that they're going to say something? You don't think they're going to try to get that money?
You're right, I'm broke. I only got the hat. My mom took my car away.
I mean, you really think you can just say, I own nothing? The IRS comes after me. Oh, Coach Greg, I haven't sold anything. I don't have any supplements. Trust me, I have no money at all. I live with my mom. I own zero. They're going to say, nah, we checked. You're lying. And if, for example, you're driving around in a Rolls Royce all the time, you're living in luxury, the police, whatever, they're going to say, how does this piece of shit have all this money? You can't claim to have no money at all. And for example, in Canada, be on welfare and be driving around with millions of dollars worth of vehicles and a frigging mansion.
Your poor wife that you married, you ain't got nowhere to live. you had to move her in there as well.
And so imagine that, moving in your wife in your parents' basement. Like, it's bad enough when you're in your own parents' basement, but you're moving your wife in there as well. If you didn't own all of these assets because you're scared, who actually owned it? Ben lived with his mom all the years I've known him, and his mom always said how scared she was of him and how bad she wanted him to move out. Did he in fact threaten his mom? Why is his mom scared of him? What exactly did he say to his mom? Did he pressure her? Did she just do this out of the kindness of her heart? Did she feel obligated? We will never know.
That white Porsche, the Lamborghini Urus that you flaunt all over social media pretending they're yours, they're not yours. They're your brother's, you asshole.
And so it isn't his vehicles, it's his brother's. Is he gonna then say, yeah, all my money belongs to my brother, I just gave it all to him? Does anyone believe that to be true?
He decided it was another good idea of his to threaten my life, and he thought it was going to be private because he put it on his little private telegram that's got his little 10 little fans on there.
Listen, when you're a public figure and you post something to a small group of people, at least one of those people is going to leak it out. You can't threaten someone's life and think that all your fans, who are not really fans, they're just there for the train wreck, are not going to go and then tell John Bravo.
Guys, here's my response video to John Bravo. For you guys that don't know John Bravo, he's been doing everything in his power to assassinate my character for the past 12 months.
I mean, telling people the truth about you, is that really assassinating your character? I mean, you're doing it to yourself. If you do certain things and people report it, how is that assassinating your character? That would be like saying that Coach Greg and John Bravo assassinated the character of Larry Wheels. Larry Wheels is the man who is the cuck. We did not do that. We're not making it up. We're not fabricating lies. And so if the truth hurts, don't do it.
Because the videos that I made on you are so bad and so evil and so dirty, YouTube wouldn't let me monetize it.
And so in case you're wondering, what he's talking about monetize is that sometimes there's a topic that isn't very favorable to advertisements. And a lot of people, advertisers, they don't like it when you talk about grapes. It's a food that they don't enjoy, that fruit. It's not very pleasant to hear about. And so they don't want to spend very much money on your ads. And so you might think if you got 1 million views that you're going to make millions of dollars. It isn't the case. You're likely only getting hundreds or perhaps $1,000 or more. And so he isn't making a ton of money talking about Ben Azoulay. It doesn't work like that.
That if I went back there again, I would go over it again and again and again. I'll tell you why. Because there's nothing better than being an 18-year-old getting a job from 3 different people at the same time.
You're saying there's nothing better than 3 girls doing things to you, pleasing you, than anything else. Yeah, not being you, Ben, is better than that. And so being charged with that crime, having to live the rest of your life the way that you are, being hated by millions of people, being kicked out when you go to MMA competitions, having to constantly try to defend yourself with lies than last time. How is that good? I mean, frankly, you would be better off being a virgin if you could rewind time and go back rather than saying you would do it all over again. You should say, you know what? I'm staying away from girls. It's not worth it. If being with girls ends up making a person like you, then girls, they are not worth it.
What I have planning for him is way greater than any video he's made. And when that arrives at his front door, he will be shocked because he doesn't know what I'm cooking.
And so did he in fact purchase Coach Greg's cookbook and he's going to deliver him a warm apple pie? Lower in calories, perhaps? What exactly is he going to send to him at his front door?
What I'm cooking for him is actually the greatest gift I think any man will be giving to the internet.
The greatest gift any man has given to the internet. It has to be my cookbook. I mean, I can't think of anything better. I mean, I haven't thought this through, but what in the world has been better than Coach Greg's cookbook on the internet?
Because he deserves to be off of the internet.
If I had a multiple choice question and I were to ask it you, it was an exam, and it said people that deserve to be off of the internet, and in slot A, it says John Bravo, and in slot B, it says Bend Over Benjamin. Who do you think deserves to be off the internet? Somebody who likes grapes way too much? Or John Bravo who talks about it?
But when it will knock on his door, that'll be the last knock that he's gonna hear. I absolutely guarantee you that.
And so when you say he's going to get a knock on his door and it'll be the last knock that he'll ever hear, that is a threat. You're not allowed to make threats. This is illegal. Why would you record that? Imagine how stupid Bend Over Ben actually is. And so if Ben had only been on Turk Builder Max instead of abusing performance-enhancing drugs, perhaps his brain would have developed differently. He wouldn't be threatening people like this. He would be making normal videos that actually make sense. And so if you're interested in preventing brain damage, not using steroids, not using alcohol, Turk Builder Max or Turk Platinum. Don't forget also about GO2 Max for improved cardio, endurance, and so on. You can get all these at my supplement website. Click the link in the description. If you want to get your blood work taken, don't forget to go to Algorex, where they can prescribe by doctors things like enclomiphene, tadalafil, Viagra, GLPs, the list goes on. And so if you're interested, click the link and code Greg. Subscribe, click that bell button. Don't forget to watch one of those 2 bleeps. Like the video if you liked it. And if you want to be sponsored or be an ambassador, if you want to be coach, or if you want to have all these supplements in your store or gym, click the link right now. And until next time, I'm going to go eat.